So guys, in today's video I will be introducing you to the new niche perfume house from England that is called Amarsi Fragrances, that I personally have never heard about before, but had a pleasure to discover it for myself at Esxence in Milan this year, where I was totally charmed by the bright energy of their perfumer and founder Alessandra Castelbarco, who was born and raised in Milan, and then she became a fashion editor for the Harper's Bazaar magazine. She has been traveling the world for many years, lived in Ibiza and then moved to England, where she started her own perfume brand that consists out of very beautiful fragrances that I can't wait to share with you my thoughts on, because I have a discovery set of them and 2 perfumes in full size, and one of the fragrances will join my collection really soon, but I will tell you about it in the end of this video, so make sure to keep on watching. But before we get started, I would like to ask those of you who have the first time to subscribe to my channel right now, and if you love to be introduced to new perfume brands, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. And once you're done with that, we can get started and dive right into it. Hello and welcome everyone to today's house overview of Amarsi Fragrances. As I've already told you, I had a pleasure to discover it for myself at Esxence in Milan earlier this year, and there I was really charmed by this bright, positive and optimistic energy of Alessandra, who is lovely and very talented. Her fragrances are just as beautiful as she is, and there are quite a few of them, so let's get started. Please let me know if you have ever heard about this brand, but as I was introduced to the collection, I really enjoyed the concept of this perfume that comes in a box like this, and this is how the bottle looks like. It's a black with a pop of bright color, and I sort of tried to match my entire outfit to this design, so please let me know how well I did. But anyway, this perfume is so interesting because it is called Naked Rose, and there is apparently no rose in there. So let me spray it inside. And by the way, who else does it? If you've never tried to spray your perfume inside of the clothing, do so, because that way you will carry it with you all day long. And if it's a nice fragrance like this, then it's something really nice to enjoy. But anyway, you really need to picture a rose without any petals to get an impression how it smells, because it's a very abstract floral fragrance for the times when you're in a mood for a floral perfume, but you don't want it to have a star, a one floral note that would be the most noticeable. It is very blurred. You can't really pinpoint the flowers in here, and for me it is actually quite powdery, and since powdery perfumes are my favorites, this is a big winner for me in the collection. That is unisex, that wears nicely because it is elegant, it is very effortless, and maybe leans a bit more towards feminine side, but nothing too crazy that a man couldn't pull off. So I would definitely recommend you to look into this one. But also I have something else that is maybe a bit more unisex, and this one is called London Field. So the same idea, beautiful bottle, this time green, and I could describe this one as a fruity floral, especially if we look into the notes. That is kind of like the feeling that we'll get, but in fact it's so much more than that, because okay, first of all, there is cucumber, cherry, melon, narcissus, cyclamen, rhubarb, peony, musk, vanilla, cedar and animalic notes. And yes, it is super sexy, but not like in this animalic, maybe aggressive and harsh way. So there is this molecule that I think comes from musk that makes it extremely sexy. It's like sensual turned into sexy, very attractive, modern, beautiful. It is slightly refreshing, maybe cucumber inspired the color of the bottle, but although it's green, I can't say that this is a green fragrance, nor just too floral or too fruity. Yes, it is bright. It can be described maybe as fresh, sexy, hard to pinpoint the notes, very contemporary, and just so beautiful. So I would definitely recommend everyone to check this one out. It is super cool. But let's move on, because we have quite a few other fragrances to find out about. And this next one, Coco Violet, is something pretty interesting and cool, because I remember at Esxence I was told there was a lady that tested out the entire collection and said that she would follow a man who wears this perfume, and it's not very surprising because it's a patchouli dominant fragrance, so it's a little bit powdery, maybe because of the violet in there, but it is definitely centered around patchouli. And I would say that if you love those more oriental perfumes, you would definitely enjoy this one, because there is myrrh, there are some woody notes, something ambery going on. And if you, just like me, are a fan of that Chanel's fragrance, is it Coromandel, you know, with a big patchouli note, you will love it, because it's very, very powerful, on the darker side, bold, projects intensely, maybe rather for the evening time if you're going out and you want like this beautiful warm fragrance all around you. You will definitely enjoy this one. Benny loves to wear it, I do, and overall it's another favorite from this collection. But with that being said, let's move on to the next one that is called Illegal Honey, and it's a variety of Ibiza wood, but instead of pine juniper, the accent here is on the cardamom and honey. And I need to tell you something. So cardamom, yes, all the way. You spray it on and you would be transported, you know, to the spice market where you picked up some cardamom to put into your coffee later and enjoy, but it's a non-sweet coffee, so I don't get much honey out of it. There is cedar, which makes it dry and woody. It's basically for the fans of spicy and woody fragrances overall. I like it, but it's not like my massive favorite from this collection. And this next one that is called Ibiza Wood is the one that is very, very pleasant and very wearable. You know why? Well, because it has a beautiful citrus opening, and there are lovely notes such as orange blossom and neroli. There are also some woody notes, but they are rather on the green side. They're not as dry and spicy. So in here we actually have this juniper, we have pine note. There are some flowers in here, but it just has this refreshing green citrusy scent, very easygoing and pleasant during the summertime. So right now it is very hot, and to be covered into something like this is actually quite nice. But this next perfume, Saffron Madness, is too masculine for me personally. However, I really want to point out that after a while, especially in the dry down, I start to enjoy it on myself, and I've already sprayed it on Benny and my stepfather, and on men it is incredible. So in the opening, of course, there is saffron, so it is quite spicy, but there are also some other notes such as incense and lavender, narcissus, woody notes, musk, vetiver. And when it calms down, it reminds me of my most favorite designer fragrance for men, which you might remember is Emporio Armani by Emporio Armani, and oldie but a goodie, and this is like a more niche version of it. So I really enjoy this one. I know it's close to the perfumer's heart, or was it Ibiza Wood? I'm not sure. I'm sure they're all very dear for Alessandra, but this one is that perfume that I would recommend for men in case you're wondering what would be more, you know, masculine or feminine. The majority are unisex, but some just have more, you know, like notes that are associated rather with like men or women. But nonetheless, I want to end this video on my favorite from the collection, a part of the two that I mentioned in the beginning, and it's Blue Sacra. This perfume is super duper incredible because it smells so freaking sexy. I can't even describe you, and I don't know why so, because none of the notes stands out, because although there is mandarin, thyme, incense, vanilla, amber, rosewood and palo santo, and it was created, you know, like as a more spiritual perfume with incense that would be relaxing and meditative. I get that, but I get more of that. Actually, it's super duper sexy. Maybe it's vanilla doing its magic, but if so, it's really quiet, and I love it so much. I get compliments for it. It is not too much to wear it to work. And there is a molecule in this perfume that I've smelled in some other fragrances in the past that drives me personally crazy, of course in a positive way. So I definitely need blue saffron in my collection. It's a must-have for me and a must-try for you, but I would like to know which of the mentioned perfumes stood out the most to you. Have you ever heard about this brand? If you have any questions left, I'm here to answer them. So just drop me a comment below because your feedback is highly appreciated. And if you need more helpful information, you will find it down below in the description box. So check it out and please follow me on my social media to stay in touch. On that note, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already to stay updated about my new videos. You can activate that bell and of course give this video a huge thumbs up if you learned about something new and interesting today. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys!